Hello, beautiful stars. Welcome to today's mini universal message on connections, potential relationships, things of that nature. All right, so in these small readings, we will do aura shuffling here on the camera. We'll have one card from each oracle. And then we'll have a couple of cards from our Lenormand and from our tarot. All right, so let's start off with our oracle here. One more shuffle here. I most likely put down the timestamp to if you want to jump straight to the reading, and then afterwards we will do our smoke scrying as usual with these mini universal readings. And usually we have an inspiration message or two, but today Spirit just wants the smoke scrying by itself. So I think we're just gonna have that for today, just the smoke scrying. Okay, and let's go with this oracle here. And let's give this another good shuffle. So these universal readings in regards to relationship could be any forms of relationship, right? It could be romantic, it could be platonic, it could be familial. So take it as it resonates. But we are leaving it open with Spirit in regards to what kind of relationship it is. Okay, so let's get 3 or 4 from our Lenormand here. Okay, can we get a couple more, please? 2, 3, and one more shuffle here. 4, perfect. And of course, with these mini universal readings, we will not have a shape for Lenormand. Those would be in the bigger choose a card or pick a card, pick a pile readings. And also in the bigger readings as well. Or longer readings, should I say. Yeah. Okay, and let's have, I think, 3 cards from our tarot here. Let's see. Okay, that one's jumping out, and that one jumped out. Okay. All right, lovely stars. Let's start with our main oracle here. Okay, so we have solar plexus chakra, yellow jade with tranquility and self-sufficiency. Okay, so the energy I'm getting here already, it's talking about self-empowerment, perhaps in a relationship dynamic that is imbalanced, uneven, unequal. So there's a struggle of power play here, right? One party is more dominating or domineering over the other party, perhaps, but there's some sort of power dynamic here, and the message is that's coming forth, and the feeling I'm getting is to kind of empower yourself. It's about self-empowerment, both in terms of self-confidence and self reliance. Yes. Resiliency, reliance. Yeah. All right, let's see what the message is. I am self-sufficient in my endeavors, and I allow tranquility to wash over me. Okay. So perhaps yellow jade is something to consider for some of you. Okay, let's go with the other oracle. A break from love. Okay, yeah, it feels the feeling I'm getting from this card coming through this energy today for this reading is it feels unsatisfactory is the word for it. So perhaps some of you are in a relationship already, or if you're not in a romantic relationship per se, you're in a relationship dynamic with somebody. And like we said earlier, it could be something other than, it could be a friendship, right? It could be a family situation, but there's some sort of power dynamic here that leaves you dissatisfied. Something is to be desired, to be gained, because something fulfilling is missing and lacking in this relationship dynamic. Yeah, so there's some aspect that is not comfortable. It's not enriching. Yes, it's not enriching of a relationship, or yeah, there's some sort of dissatisfaction here. Okay, and we have security. Okay. Interesting. In our last relationship connections reading, I think we got both of these too, and you saw me shuffle on the camera, so perhaps it's the same energy tuning in. But let's see what it says, or what the energy is like this week. Yeah, there's more of a lack of feeling this week, whereas opposed to, we got the same cards in the last week's reading, but this time, yeah, I'm feeling a different kind of energy. It feels a kind of lack of sorts. So here we're talking about security, and oh, okay. So part of this dynamic for some of you is being too in its own bubble, is what I would say. Yes, there's quote unquote security in this relationship, but so here's a good example. We've all observed it and we've seen it before, where there are those relationships where when two people get together, they close themselves off to the world, right? It's that kind of relationship. It's like they had friends before, they had things that they did before, but once they got together and became a couple, they just shut off everything. It's like they don't hang out with their friends anymore, they don't do their usual activities, and that's the kind of energy here. Because yes, there is some sort of security in that type of relationship, but then it closes you off from the world, from the activities you used to do, from spiritual guidance, from mingling with the outside world. It becomes a bubble in and of itself. Okay, all right, let's see what this is all about. Okay, let's go with Lenormand next. So we have the stork. Yeah, talk about the nest stability here. Okay. And then we have the woman, or the feminine energy. But more of like it's almost like the masculine within the feminine that's coming through here. What I mean is, so in this deck there's two feminine energy and two masculine energy, and one is really like the more receptive feminine, and this is more like the boss figure kind of woman. So there's that energy coming through, whereas in the masculine within the feminine. So let's see what this is about. Okay, and then we have the sun. Okay, something is about to be exposed. Something that's perhaps hidden or far away. Or something's about to be revealed. Yeah. And then we have the fish. Coming home to prosperity. also facing challenges along the way here. Okay, so what is it in regards to this message, Spirit? Okay, so in terms of self-sufficiency, we see here. Yeah, there's, for those of you in relationship, there was a thought that this relationship was going to, give you the nesting, the home that you need. You thought it was, and perhaps some of you have moved location to be in this relationship with this person too. So it made you feel a false sense of security is what I would say. That's exactly what we're going for. A false sense of security. And what it's talking about here is moving away from that and becoming more self-reliant. Because in this bubble relationship where you thought there was a good strong foundation, it was like the one, it was like the one you were going to spend like your life with, it was very promising, yes. But in due time, as you look deeper and deeper into yourself and started working on yourself, and there was conflict that arose in the relationship, which eventually came to light. You saw greater versions of yourself as you step more into your self-sufficiency, your own power, and you see that the relationship was more challenging than it's worth. There were times when it was perhaps good times in addition to the more challenging times, but down the line it really made you question whether this was as great a relationship as you thought it was. Okay. All right, let's look into our tarot and see if we can get. Okay, so we have the Five of Pentacles. Okay, and then we have the Hermit. I see. And then we have, the Two of Cups in reverse. Okay, and I don't usually take reversals, but since it came out this way, I will. We'll look at the image first here. It's amazing that it did come out in reverse. Okay. Yes, that fortifies the message that's going on here. So yes, it initially was this very stable, loving, seemingly relationship that was going on, but over time there was bickering, and it's not as much of a benefit as the comparison of a hassle to what it is. Yes, and then you see, things that were exposed. It's like secrets and lies, perhaps, or manipulation. Things of those sorts eventually came to light. It was exposed to you where you had not seen it in the beginning of a relationship. And what you once thought was your ideal partner turned out to not be so. So it's false security, it's a facade. So that's why we're talking about a break from that relationship, moving on, and now really tapping into being self-sufficient and having a more peaceful, loving, prosperous life for yourself, and looking forward into the future perspectives of future relationships that would be beneficial for you, because from the this relationship and from these relationships, as we're talking about all those tuning in here, whether it was family, whether it was friendship, whether it was romantic, whether it was platonic, whatever it was, there are things to be learned from this relationship that will make you more self-sufficient, that will build your confidence, that will make you stronger, that will help you to become stronger, and down the line to seek out relationships that that are better for you. Yes. So some of you might have ended these type of relationships already, but if you're currently in one, yeah, the message is there are things and that are coming to light that you realize it's not so beneficial in this relationship. It's a false sense of security here. All right, lovely. Let's let me clear this up, and then we will get into the smoke scrying. All right, beautiful stars. So this is the smoke scrying portion of our reading here, and we'll be doing that with these two lovely, cute cat and dog pals here. And it's interesting. So yeah, I think part of the relationship, I want to speak a little more too about the tarot that came through for it, and it's kind of asking what things are haunting you from the relationship, right? Or perhaps things that need to be let go. And another card, and it's funny also, like these two came out, and this card, this is another card from the deck that was kind of jumping out and speaking to me as we were preparing for your scrying. So we are going to do that and review this card also, because I think this is speaking both these forms and this card about the relationship that you want to have, that will really nurture and be beneficial for you. Yes. And since we're talking about the jade, yellow jade crystal here, about your empowerment and your self-sufficiency, and so we're going to use the citron stand in addition to our garnet stand that we have, in order to kind of feed more power into our intention here, because it is talking about kind of solar plexus energy here. Okay, and we will just use our normal incantation, so a little bit of this. Okay, guardians of Source Divine, your wisdom we now seek, your guidance please provide, and the forms through which you speak. Okay, so Spirit, what forms do we have for those tuning into this message, Spirit? What is the guidance for them here? Let's see. I see a house and a baby room. And how do we know it's a baby room? Because there's a crib in there. So two messages coming here. For some of you, it will be wanting to build a family and a home, and perhaps having children as well. That could be literal children, or it could be having fur babies, like some pets with you. And then the other aspect is I see kind of like a family dynamic relationship that didn't quite work out, right? So some of you may have children with one another, but either like it's too challenging now to be in the relationship, or it's a separation or potential divorce involved here. So, okay, what else do we have about that message, Spirit? Yeah, getting strong vibes of that being dissatisfied in that relationship, and then having self-reliance. And by self-reliance, we're talking about breaking away from the relationship, because the relationship itself is not bringing you any more benefit. Yeah, as you come to realize that, you realize you're not the best match. So you move on to find the best match. Okay, any other forms we have, Spirit? Yeah, so we're talking about your ideals here. It's what the forms coming through. Kind of like something you thought of when you were a kid. It's like, or an idea or an ideal person you have, an image of a person you have that is ideal for a relationship. Okay, let's see what this card is. So we have grow, oh, love. Yeah, so this is what you ideally want. This pair here, this two seemingly odd couple, or two different person dynamic, but together they're able to grow old together, and find the love in their differences, perhaps. Yes, so it is possible to work through this potential. There's, yeah, for those tuning in, it will be different for each one of you. Some of them, the advice is, it's just too much of a strain to work on this. So it's better to recognize your own self-power, self-sufficiency, self-reliance, and potentially move on to more beneficial relationship. And for a small number of you, perhaps it is possible to kind of work through this as well. But in terms of growing old, it would take time and it would take effort. Yes. Okay, is that all the forms and messages we have, Spirit? Yeah. Okay. And Spirit just want to give you a bit of encouragement as well. Okay, hold on. Let me grab an inspiration card deck, and then I'll be right back. All right, lovely stars. So we will get an inspirational message here, to kind of cap out your reading. Okay, so what message do we have? Not this one. This one. Okay, discover. Look at the early dewdrops before they disappear with the morning sun. Okay. So looking to new vision, new sight. Okay. And we just saw 555 on the clock too. So we're talking about change here. Yes, so for a lot of you, it's discovering new potential, new people who will be more suitable for you. There's an encouragement to look at new potential relationship with that kind of like awestruck, inquisitive nature in your eyes. Yes, I don't know how else best to convey that. But looking at things anew, looking at things with potential and hope, and yeah, lots of room for change here. All right, lovely stars, that is your message. Yes, so reevaluate perhaps if you have any doubts about current relationships that you're in or that you're working with, or the people that you're connected to, and then find people that are more suited with you, that are more encouraging for you. Lovely. All right, if you found that message helpful and insightful, consider liking and subscribing. I wish you a magical, wonderful day. Take care, shine bright, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye, lovely stars.